Hey everybody, East Coast Pete back. Another Midrock Crisis episode. This time we're going to go way back into history. The Kinks. I had known of the Kinks from radio airplay and have only listened to their long discography recently. And not surprisingly, I found so many overlooked gems. In northern London, 1964, another Brit invasion band surfaced, but their U.S. tours were cut short and they were banned from the United States due to fighting on stage and off. Ray and Dave Davies, adopting rhythm and blues and mercy beat styles, had their first hit with "You Really Got Me." Jimmy Page was rumored to have contributed to the song, but I don't think that happened. The guitar break was all Dave Davies. Kinks were unhappy with their name. They didn't want to seem kinky, but their label was quick to put out the album and the name stuck. In their 32-year run, they are rightly considered one of the most influential bands to come out of England, on a par with their countrymen, the Rolling Stones, and thanks to Ray's observational writing style, they are even compared favorably to the Beatles. Mick Avery played drums until he was replaced by Argent drummer Bob Henrit in 1984. On bass, Pete Quaife was replaced by John Dalton in 1969 and by Ken Rodford in '78. Nicky Hopkins was their pianist in the studio until John Gosling came in 1969. In '79, Ian Gibbons made the Kinks a five-piece band. With them, the Davies brothers enjoyed 5 top 10 U.S. singles and 9 albums in the top 10. They sold 50 million albums and were inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1990. The first Kinks album included "You Really Got Me," "Cadillac," "Bald-Headed Woman," "Stop Your Sobbin'," and covered Chuck Berry's "Too Much Monkey Business." In 1965, Kinksized, United States released only, gave us "All Day and All of the Night" and "Tired of Waiting for You." Third album, Kinda Kinks, was completed shortly after an Asian tour. Davies were both unhappy with this record, as the label expected them to record and release it in 2 weeks. Another US-only album, Kinkton, gave us "Well-Respected Man" and "See My Friends." Kink controversy. Where have all the good times gone? It was at this time that the Kinks were banned from United States tours due to fighting on stage, usually involving the two brothers. But what band with two brothers doesn't fight? There were covers by Big Star and by David Bowie on his album Pin-Ups. In '66, Face to Face was considered rock's first concept album. Ray Davies had been working non-stop for 3 years. He suffered a nervous breakdown. After a rest, a quieter, softer Kinks style began. A well-respected man, dedicated follower of fashion, and Sunny Afternoon and Party Line were included. This album marks the beginning of the Kinks' golden age. This lasted from 1966 to 1971. Pretty Things and Herman Hermits also covered Kinks songs. Something Else was Kinks' first self-produced album. In 1968, the Kinks are the Village Green Preservation Society, another concept album consisting of vignettes of English life. 1969, Arthur, or Decline and Fall of the British Empire. 1970, Lola versus Power Man and the Money Go Round. Lola and 8 Man were a dig at the music industry. In 71, Percy, a soundtrack for a Brit comedy. 71 also, Muswell Hillbillies, Kinks' first album for RCA. In 72, the Kink Chronicles compilation. 72, Everybody's in Showbiz, a double album, half of it live. In 73, The Great Lost Kinks album, reprise, released previously unreleased songs. 73, Preservation Act 1. 74, Preservation Act 2. 75, Soap Opera, Everybody's a Star. 74, School Days in Disgrace. This marks the end of the theatrical period. 77, Sleepwalker is a return to self-contained songs. 78, Misfits, a rock and roll fantasy. 70, low budget, band enters its arena rock phase. Catch Me Now I'm Falling, Fly Like Superman. In 80, One for the Road, another live album. In 81, Give People What They Want, Destroyer. In 83, State of Confusion, Come Dancing. In 84, Word of Mouth, Living on a Thin Line, used in a Sopranos episode. In 86, Think Visual, Rock and Roll Cities. In 89, UK Jive, Down All the Days since 1992. 93, Phobia, Only a Dream. And 94, To the Bone, Unplugged. That's all, folks. Hall of Fame for this immensely pleasant and unique band, which managed to achieve greatness and longevity in spite of adversity, brotherly swipes, a health crisis, and media malaise. These are English gentry, but tough contenders as well. Not that one is exclusive of the other. Why didn't I know that Kinks were that big? I heard them on the radio. I liked the songs. I didn't buy the albums, though. I didn't think I'd understand all that English stuff, being, an American. But I was wrong, of course. American albums and English albums are pretty much what this whole thing is about. I'm glad that today I had the chance to go back and check them out. And I hope you do too. Thanks, everybody. See you when the record turns over.